Hello everybody. Here's our walkthrough video for the week of April 6th through April 9th. I am at the Reese website actually, and I'm going to log into Clever, log in with Google now, and log in as me. All right, so we know that Clever looks a little different for the teacher page. However, if the kids will find Mrs. Wilson's page with this little owl, that actually has all of her information. Again, so every website that the kids might want to use, I have underneath here for them, under math, reading, and then here's Canvas. So we're going to still log in through Canvas. And again, I know that this looks a little different because it's the teacher page, but they should still have this with the kids speaking and listening. And then here we are. I still have my Happy Easter up. And then you click the link to go to our Google Classroom. However, I'm actually going to go to Chelsea's Google Classroom just because it's easier for everybody to see. There is going to be a new schedule next week, and I just did post it right here. Let me see if it'll just pop up so we can take a quick gander. And the computer's thinking about it. So I tried to keep it absolutely as close to the same times as we've had before because I really didn't want to have to completely change our schedule again. So in the morning, 8:15 to 8:45 is still going to be kind of virtual office hours, well checks. But as you guys know, you can reach out to me or Miss Mikala at any time through Bloom's, email, text, whatever. 8:45 to 9:05 is kind of breakfast if they're on campus. So I am switching our friendship groups to the morning. It's going to be from 9:05 to 9:25. If you do not have a friendship group, that is some extra time to work on our Google Classroom assignments. For kids that are in the classroom, they can work in their workbooks. Our reading meet is going to be at the same time, 9:30 to 10. And then right afterwards, we'll continue to have our small reading groups. But I am incorporating like the independent reading work with that'll be some time for independent writing time as well. Our lunchtime has changed. So if you're coming into school, lunchtime is now 11:10 to 11:40. So that is lunchtime. Directly after lunchtime for the kids, if you're at home, this would be considered your recess time. For those of you that are going to be in the classroom, this is going to be our DEAR time. DEAR time stands for drop everything and read. So this will be when they can do AR reading, AR quizzes. They can read either books that I will give them in the classroom. You can read digital books online, for instance, on Epic or Mayan. So that's what that time is going to be. Writing, I had to push back 5 minutes. I was trying to keep it at noon, but it's going to end up being 12:05 right to 12:30. So our writing Google Meet is kind of at the same time, and then they'll go right into specials. Specials, I believe, next week, I think it's changing a little bit where it's back to being, rather than a live meet with a specials teacher, will be like the recorded video, and Miss Mikala will go through the video with the class. Math, again, is going to be at the same time, 125 to 155. Right afterwards will be our math small groups and math independent work. Our social studies or science will be the 245 to 305, with your independent work after that. My office hours will be at the end of the day again. If you are in school at about 3:05, like right after science and social studies, is when we pack up and head out front. So in order, like rather than change our small group and friendship groups again, I am going to just keep them on that Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday, I'm going to use that day to maybe pull some more one-on-ones and things like that. So there's our new schedule, and it is right here. I put it in the stream. All right, so classwork. Here is our week, and eventually here, this is still loading. Let's see if it'll come up for us. All right, so again, I move friendship groups here to the morning. Here's our meet, small groups, your independent work here, which is again, always log in, do your 10 minutes of Smarty Ants. There's MobyMax, Boom Cards, take a brain break. And then here is our worksheets. Tuesday, we're doing a spring garden reading comprehension. Wednesday, we're working on blends. Thursday, it's communities passage, it's main idea. And then Friday, we're going to look at another clouds book and kind of do what I learned. And I do have a couple games here. So I put up the Easter library again because it's just so cute. And if the kids didn't have a chance to look at the books in there, I'll have them take a look. So a couple games out of sight words. And then I did a rhyming game for them. And then our worksheets here. Here is our comprehension passage, main idea. This is for Friday after we've read our book together. And then this is the blends. So the blends one, let me just show you. The blends that we're going to use are here at the bottom. And then you're just going to type it in. So this is a frog. So frog, F-R. And we'll have him type it in. So he is the cat sleeping, sleep, S-L. And like I said, we will work on that together as a class before they do it independently. So again, this, I kind of like this type of a form. After we read our book, and I'm in Chelsea, so I'm going to put Chelsea's name here. We're going to do 3 things I learned and then a question I still have. So we're going to read another book on clouds Friday morning, and then we'll complete this together as a class also before they do it independently. So that's kind of reading. Writing. On Tuesday, Wednesday, we have a picture prompt with the word bank like we've used before. Kind of going to think about writing a narrative again and remembering that on narratives, it has a beginning, middle, and an end. And so right now, as we're kind of beginning our work on narratives, we're thinking about maybe 1 sentence for the beginning, 1 sentence for the middle of the story, and 1 sentence for the end of the story. And I'm going to take 2 days to do this because we'll write it out or work on it on Monday and then, or excuse me, Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we can either complete it or work on editing, and I can explain kind of what that is. So our picture prompt here has just got some different people doing some different types of chores. So that's what we're going to do Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, here we go, is kind of my favorite thing about spring break was. So my favorite thing about spring break was, and then if they start right here, I've already got the sentence starter, and then they can just type what their favorite thing about spring break was. And then Friday, it's an opinion prompt. Crayons or markers? Which one do you like best? I like either crayons or markers because, and we'll talk about why. I mean, maybe you like crayons because there's more colors. Maybe you like the markers. I don't know, but we'll do that on Friday. That's our Friday writing prompts. Math, I'm going to hit view more right here. See the rest of our assignments. Math. Again, the instructions always log into Clever. They can work on iReady Math. They could work in Freckle if they wanted to as well. I'll actually go back in there and add that for the kids. The extra math is in there too for some more math fact fluency. Tuesday, we're going to work on addition with regrouping again. Wednesday is just some subtraction practice. Thursday is greater than, less than practice. And then Friday, the multiply by 2s practice again. And I have some different, I found a new song, so we're going to try that. It's the 2 times table song, so we'll see if the kids like this one. And then I have a greater than and less than song for them as well. There's a couple different games here for them, skip counting and clear it addition. For addition with regrouping, I know we go over this a lot, but here's kind of like the poster that explains it over again. You start on the right, and we have a 3 plus a 7. So it kind of shows down here that 3 plus 7 is 10. And with 10, you have a digit in our ones place, and you have a digit in our tens place. So the digit in our ones place, of course, stays in our ones, and that 1 that's in the tens place gets carried up here to the tens place. And then we have 3, we're going to add 3 one-digit numbers. And we practiced adding 3 one-digit numbers. So you've got 1 plus 4 plus 2, which is 7. So that kind of just shows you. And then on this sheet here, what I did, because we've been off for, a week or so, just starting out with 2-digit, one-digit number. And I actually put the 1 carried over into the 10 for them already. I don't have a box around it because when I had the box around it, it got a little confusing looking. So the 1 is already there. So for instance, here we've got 5 plus 6, which is 11. So the 1 is going to go here. I've already carried the 1. So now we have 1 plus 2, which is 3. So 31. 25 plus 6 is 31. And if the kids really wanted to, I know we're working on like adding our ones first and then adding our tens, but with these numbers, they can also just count up in their head if they wanted to do that. For instance, they could put 39. We say putting it in your head. So you'd put a 39 in your head and maybe hold up, your 5 fingers and count up 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So they could do that if they wanted to. Or they could do 9 plus 5 is 14, carry the 1, 1 plus 3 is 4. I just think that's a little easier because then if we're looking at just our ones place and our tens place, 9 plus 5 is a little easier for them to count up than 39 plus 5. So anyway, that is that practice sheet. Subtraction is just some practice problems again as well. And no regrouping. So it's just straight subtraction, just reminding them to subtract from the ones place first. And when we're looking at just subtracting from our ones place and then our tens, this is very easy to use your fingers. So on this one, I had 5 minus 4, put up 5 fingers, put 4 down, what's left is 1. 2 minus 1, put up 2 fingers, you're putting 1 down and you have 1 left. So anyway, subtraction practice. They are really good at greater than, less than. So I don't think this is going to be any problem for them. And they're not huge numbers. I just wanted just to kind of refresh their brains on that. And then the multiplying times 2, what I did, and this is just going to be kind of a refresher. So here's our 2's times tables, and then it's like our doubles facts, which I actually put in here. So this is like 1 plus 1, this is like 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4. So I actually have that in there for them. And again, we'll watch that video, we'll talk about it, and just kind of practice that a little bit. Let me get out of math. Science this week, we're going to talk about clouds and the different types of clouds. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to read through a book. It's in Mayan. It's called, it's funny, it's called Fluffy, Flat, and Wet, a book about clouds. So we're going to read that Tuesday, Wednesday, because it's a kind of a longer book. Thursday, we're going to watch a SciKids video of what clouds are made of. And then Friday, we'll just talk a little bit more about it, and we'll have read that book in the morning. And then what I created here is kind of a different, if it'll load all the way, a couple different posters about types of clouds, and it kind of shows like where they are, if they're low to the ground or if they're really higher up. I found a couple different ones. And then I didn't even like format this to use, but you have this here kind of just as a reference for them. We're going to just get a blank piece of paper, kind of make that, cross in the middle, and then try drawing the different types of clouds. Or if they want, they could just draw their own like cloud figure, because we always see shapes in the clouds. So that is kind of our week. I want to let you guys know in advance that on Thursday I will have a guest teacher. Hopefully someone picks that up, or they will have someone cover the class. Unfortunately, I have a funeral that I need to go to on Thursday, so I will not be in class. But please feel free to reach out to me, of course, with any questions or concerns, Blooms, email, text, and just let me know if you've got any questions. I'm looking forward to a great week, and I can't wait to see everybody on Tuesday morning. Bye for now.